So this week we're going to give you a little more in-depth backstory. In the first episode, I did mention that in order to get this to work, I had to find a very specific sort of person to be the DM. And I always only ever had one person in mind, and then when I went to everyone else and told them, everyone instantly agreed. So there was really only ever one choice. You have to find somebody that excels in the ridiculous, and we only know one Dick.
Hi everyone, I'm the Dick. My name's Sam. Through other mediums, you might know me as Sukpa or Salt Daddy. Originally, Siren over here approached me with this idea to have a fun but slightly grounded version of D&D. Then by slightly grounded, I mean absolutely ridiculous. And at first, honestly, I was skeptical. I've only ever played serious D&D. But after thinking about it for a little bit...
I wore him down.
She did wear me down. It took a little bit. I hopped on and said yes. Starting writing a campaign. Threw together a couple ideas. I had no idea what these four were going to throw at me. But they've tried to throw everything, including the bus. It's been a great time. I'm really glad she suckered me into it. Anyway, hopefully you enjoy this next episode. Have a good night. You know what? What's the worst that can happen? Let's do this.
That's what I said.
Entertaining?
This is alright. Well, if you'd like a pint before you leave, you're more than welcome to one.
I would indeed. Taking a final sip of my previous one. Setting the cup down on the chair.
Sure. Don't tell me about that silly pear stall. Man, it's too grubby to even afford shoes. Bringing... new mugs. Well,
yeah, no. I just said that.
Bringing 3 new mugs and reusing Gruntlehams. New ciders are brought out.
Take a deep sip.
Mine tastes like an amber ale.
It does taste like an amber ale. He says, I will leave you to your planning when you're ready to go.
About how far out is this fire?
About a half a day's journey. If you leave now, you might get there just at sunset.
Care to throw in a free room so we can get started in the morning?
Half price.
Which would be?
Let's just go now. Find somewhere that doesn't have apple drinks. Lord of the apple juice.
Rooms are 4 gold each with the discount. Just let Isla know and she'll prepare them for you.
I walk outside back into the main bar and look for that fancy guy.
You see him gone with the shattered remains of his goblet sitting at the bar.
Slightly sad. Disappointedly, I look around the room for a big burly person.
You see many burly people, a mixture of humans and dwarves, both with thick shoulders and biceps, implying that they work with heavy tools often.
Do any of them smell like sausages?
None of them smell like sausages. The smells you get from the room are dirt and stone.
I throw 2 pears at the dragon to keep her calm and run off to the facilities.
Are these your last 2 pairs?
Yes.
Okay.
I look for the prettiest lady in the room.
Prettiest lady in the room is Isla.
I grab a seat at the bar to finish up my ale.
Isla farts a little.
Due to the noise in the room, no one notices a fart.
She can feel it, though.
She
I'll
looks
point that out.
a little confused and continues serving drinks.
I'm satisfied. I want to kind of snap my fingers and get Isla's attention.
Isla, being beckoned over, what can I help you with?
Hi. How are you this fine evening?
Okay.
So, your rooms, how many beds do they have?
Each room has 1 bed. We have 4 that have double beds.
I would like a room, please.
Single or double?
Single.
She says, okay, that will be 8 gold a night.
That will be 2 gold a night based on what your boss back there said. We get the special discount, plus a little bit extra.
That's weird. My boss has only ever given a 4 gold discount. Let me go talk to him real fast.
Okay.
Leaving the room, Isla comes back. She's like, okay, yeah, he said it would be 4 gold a night for you 4.
For you, dearie, I will pass it the extra 2 gold. Then I give her 4 gold.
She smiles.
Wait, so we are staying here?
I don't know, my mouthpiece left.
I'm sitting at the bar, so I don't even know that this is happening.
Slides the gold
Finish up my
into a
cider.
belt pouch. It says, fantastic. I'll go prepare the third room on the left for you upstairs. Hello, mouthpiece.
If I talk to the barmaid, she might die.
Okay.
What do you need to say?
Right.
What do you need to say to her? That I want to sleep. Pardon me. We wish to sleep.
Slanting her eyes upon you, flinching away from the dragon, she says, single or double?
Double.
Oh,
Well, I guess
chilly.
I finished up my ale at the bar. I guess we're staying after all.
Yeah.
Hand her 4 gold and ask for a single room.
She says, you can have the first room on the left, up the stairs, and the doubles are would be the second room on the right. Give me 1 moment to prepare them, and you can be up there in about 10 minutes. Isla then walks upstairs, Gil coming back out from the back, manning the bar.
Is Gil high?
Gil is late middle age, dark hair, piercing blue eyes, with streaks of gray at his temples.
How
So,
much
yeah.
hair? Because you said late middle age.
Oh, full head.
Interesting.
So dashing.
Oh.
Yes.
Like a
How
fire.
girthy is he?
He is more wiry than muscular,
Okay.
but
There's different opinions at the table.
Man's like, I'm out.
it appears the
It's going
man
in the
is,
crawl space.
it appears the man is suited more towards the rapier behind the bar than a
The
great
armor.
sword.
Meh. I'm gonna go upstairs and go to bed. Well, I guess I'll wait till the room is ready. Impatiently outside the door.
You hear movements around. Then opening the door, opening Isla coming out with older bed linens in her own, is startled by your immediate presence and says, everything's ready. You can go right in.
I smile at her to try to calm her nerves.
Roll for smiles.
That's not gonna work. We're gonna kill this one.
It slightly succeeds. She appears marginally less agitated by the sudden appearance of a tiefling at the open door.
What if we feed Gil more?
He could be very dashing.
What?
Can we fatten up Gil?
You can.
With pears.
So I'm gonna go
2 quests
in
for
the
three
room.
once.
and put, like, my heavy things down.
Clunk, clunk.
But then I want to go back out and talk to the pear guy.
I'm gonna go with her. Because I forgot to ask what the pear guy looked like.
I see them leave, and I want to go with them, just because.
Wait, are you guys to the bottom of the stairs yet?
They're walking past the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. Oh, or where are you guys going?
Pears! So there's this pear stall that she really liked. So I'm gonna go see what kind of discount I can get.
Oh, well, if we're gonna be, traveling companions, give me a moment, and I'll come with you.
Yeah, so I'm talking to the pear guy.
Pop up to my room, set down my
I kind of
pack with my
point
satchel.
my thumb at her
All that
and
fun
mutter,
stuff.
"Total fourth wheel."
And I wander down the stairs and rejoin the group. Head back
Exiting
outside.
the Stone Hill Inn, going back down the road to the pear stall. They see the stall has been packed up, and the pear gentleman is grabbing it and manually moving it himself back towards his abode.
Oh yeah? You can look the whole thing?
Like, oh yeah!
It's like
pear
a cart.
vendor.
It's on wheels. He just removes the blocks and then he pushes. Remember?
I
It's
was
like he's
already
leaving.
packing up.
They were like packed, selling for the morning. They got
I
a
guess,
lot to do.
I guess morning work.
It's like
Gotta
a
eat.
click on when people pack up at like 1.
Unless there's crime lords that are shutting them down.
Well, we could find out.
No, the crime lords were already killed.
There's new crime lords.
There's always a new
There's
crime.
always a new crime lord.
Excuse me, pear purveyor.
And pear purveyor turns around. Oh, yes!
How many pears do you have?
Still 2 dozen?
How much would that cost a person?
I mean, I'd love to give you guys a discount, but I can't really afford it.
Good
So-
purveyor.
12.
Why are you leaving when you have such merchandise?
Well, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but don't really own any shoes. And these really really nice individuals. They bought some pears, and it's the first pears I've sold in a week, and I want to go buy some shoes.
We will, good sir, we will accept the quest of manning your pear booth while you go and buy shoes. And I guarantee you we will sell your stock of pears with our special abilities.
What size shoes?
8?
Minor.
It's
too
D&D, there are no shoe sizes.
small.
He holds up his
Strap.
foot and he's like, about this big? What do you hand him?
Shoes. Shoes. Hand.
Taking the shoes, he looks at you graciously, but won't look at Anna. When putting them on, they do not fit his human feet.
Are they too big or too small?
They are too big.
I have.
But
costume packs.
everyone
But
but
they're-
me put their stuff in their room, though. So I'm
That's
the only
true,
one
I
that had
put
it.
I don't know that Gruntleham did. I think he kept his stuff with him.
Why would I have an entertainer's pack?
Because when I was filling out your character, you were like, I have my hair back. Put that in there. So I was like, okay.
Okay.
We will
Man the pair.
man your booth and sell all of your wares while you go and find shoes.
Would you
Trust
do that?
us.
How much?
Bonds.
First of all, how much do your pairs cost?
Not
Because
all
I should
persuasion.
probably know.
1 gold piece per pair.
Okay, 1 gold piece per pair.
Does he
Oh, I
smell
thought
like
it was
sausages?
4 for half a dozen. Or 3 for half a dozen.
Since you guys are going to do it for him, he's going to try to get a higher price. Very happy at his good fortune, the pear salesman unlocks his cart so that you guys can then see the pears. And then he scampers down the lane and says, I'll be back as soon as I have my shoes.
So,
why are we doing this when I was willing to buy all of them?
who can sing a song or give a speech that will acquire the attention of the townsfolk? Because I can make these bastards taste delicious.
I can use my fire breath,
I don't
and that might get attention.
Indeed. I like you.
I mean, I can charm people.
Charm some people.
So they're
Bring
people
them over
me
here.
playing.
Let's dice up 1 pair and we can give it out as samples
Okay.
to sell the wares.
Probably gonna have to pay for that one that we dice up. But that's fine.
How much did he say the pairs are each?
A gold a piece.
So 2 gold?
I mean, I think that was already his higher price, but sure. 2 gold.
The group is now positioning themselves around the pear cart
Um,
to start to draw in the customers.
I dice up a pair, put it on a little platter, and give it to Ruse and say, here, give out some free samples. And they taste better.
Well, they were tasting pretty good beforehand.
now they taste amazing. Is there kind of a nice aroma coming off of that delicious
Aircraft
The pear now
Does someone else have
appearing.
an ability to make a nice aroma come off the delicious ones? Because
Well, the pear is now visibly looking very juicy and sweet.
Can I use Heart of Darkness to make...
Hey!
It's not a bad thing.
I'm sorry, can I make these pear taste better? Well, how can you do it? I'm gonna pray to a dark god real fast. I'm gonna use my draconic ancestry and have my grandfather dragon thing.
delicious pear.
You gotta work with what you have.
It makes commoners feel bad for you because they see that you are haunted and they want to do things to help you, like buy
Oh.
pears.
sweet.
Like,
Yes, yes, you can. Do you have to roll for that?
No, it's my background feature.
Oh, okay.
Nice.
Well, looking sad and extremely pitiful, the dragonborn Axela sits by the stands by the pear cart, holding pears out.
I mutter some more words, and a choir of angelic music starts coming from the pear cart.
Buy some pears. Buy some pears. Won't you townsfolk buy some pears?
You guys are surprised that a half dozen townsfolk start to amble over, confused by all of the ruckus. And
Dissonant whispers. I mean, no, that's bad.
I kind of nudge Ruse a bit and be like, go.
Ruse walks out. They
To try some?
they
2 gold each.
grab a pear.
Best pear you've ever tasted.
Half the townsfolk are interested in go forth and buying a pear. Half the townsfolk there, since a dozen showed up, 6 people buy pears.
I go to the other 6 that are starting to walk away, and they're like, no, trust me, you don't understand.
How many
These
pears do they buy?
are
6.
absolutely
Each one buys one?
amazing.
Yes.
As I look over to Axella and Quill, I am looking for a little bit of inspiration on my speech.
Bardic Inspiration.
15. The other 6 are inspired to buy 1 pear each, despite their less than amazing sample. 12 pears have been sold. 11 remain.
I thought it was 10 because we did... Oh, no, okay, sorry. I misunderstood earlier.
We cut one up.
Upon purchasing their single pear, these people then start to disperse.
Should we go try to find some more people, or should we...
Maybe we
I
could...
can knock down all the other vendors so that all that's left is pears.
You are the only vendor on the street in this area.
Oh.
I like the idea.
We could walk around
We could move his cart closer to the inn.
with thunder waves.
We could physically move it with our hands.
Distant whispers
Oh,
on
what
the
if he
cart
lives
and
far
there's
away?
the knockback.
That's gonna kind of suck for
That is
him.
true. We don't want to... He might get scared if he comes back.
You might think we stole the cart.
That's true.
Well, you wanted to buy some pears anyway, right?
So they're... Well, are they 2 rupees for us?
No, but they're for whatever we want for us.
1 gold apiece.
Okay. So
We'll pay 4
there's
gold
11
apiece.
left. So I'm going to buy the remaining 11.
Okay.
So
Now,
I wanted to buy some anyway.
are you going to buy the sliced pear?
Yeah, sure. I'll pay for it.
All pears have been sold.
So that was 12 gold.
I pocket the 12 gold and I say, I'll keep this for us. Or you can
Oh,
pocket it if you
no.
want. If you're writing it down, that's
Excuse
fine.
me.
Thank you. You can keep this for us.
So I'll go ahead and take my 3 gold right now.
Yeah, we'll split it up. I don't know what's happening.
It almost
I just
flipped
wanted
around.
pears.
The pear salesman rushing back, showing off his brand new leather shoes. And it appears that his feet, from the mid-ankles down, have been freshly washed to accommodate new shoes.
So when he walks up, I hold money in my hand. Like, look, 24 gold.
Walking forward, he falls to his knees, looking at the amount of gold. He's like, I've never sold so many pears in a day. Tears start to fall from his eyes.
What does he look like?
This
You know what he
man
looks
is of light brown hair, dull green eye, and a bulkier frame, but a thinner physique, as he has obviously not been well kept.
I'm assuming dirty from the ankles up.
From the ankles up.
Continue groveling.
Thank you so much. Like, what can I do to repay you?
You have already repaid us more than you know.
Wiping the tears from his eyes, cleaning parts of his hands as he does so. His hands are dirty too. All of him is dirty.
He's just
Except
from
his
his ankles up.
Except his feet. Well, his hands are pretty clean because he just cleaned his feet.
Yeah.
He goes to grab his card. He's like, thank you, I now need to go try to find more pears to sell.
But do you have like a wife?
I need more pears.
Like,
You don't have a grove or something?
I have a couple trees.
Oh, okay.
I
Well,
tend to them.
I'd recommend looking there first.
Just to roll this dice at his face. For the official record, I would love to throw my 45mm D20 at Gruntleham face.
For the official court reporter.
I feel like that every day. Oh,
He then gets his cart and ambles down to the south gate.
Southgate.
Well, in a southerly direction.
He goes to the That's not the way we're going. Wait, which way?
Isn't it though?
Where's
Southwest.
the spire?
Southwest.
Southwest is the spire. Alright.
Yeah, but let's just take a look around town. I mean, see if there's anything else we need to check out
That's
here.
not me. I don't do that. I don't have fireballs.
There's more opportunity.
Yeah. So we're just gonna maybe I take my pears and put them in a bag, give another to the dragon, and we're gonna meander around town to see if we see anything interesting.
Meandering around town, the dragonborn licking the luscious pear juice from her
We're all meandering.
claws.
I want to just kind of wander towards the outer skirts of the town, but not outside.
Wandering, which direction of the outskirts are you going to?
I'm just going east, and then
Okay. Going
well,
east, you
clockwise.
see the buildings become newer and newer, and smaller and smaller. These buildings appear to become small houses. Some of them are lived in. Some of them appear to be empty. Empty as if never inhabited by a human.
Probably could have stayed here instead of paying to stay at the end.
Get a return on our investment that way.
While they're discussing things, I'm just gonna walk into one of the house.
Walking into a house, you are startled to see a dwarven family sitting down for a late lunch. A father dwarf, a mother dwarf, and 2 little baby dwarves.
How big are their beards, the baby dwarfs?
The baby dwarf beards are short stubble, but they are working on it. The father dwarf grabs the mining pickaxe close by and says, "Hey, the hell are you doing here? Can't just barge into people's houses? Get out!" He then starts to push you through the door and closes the door in front of your face.
Is the door unlocked or locked?
You hear the lock click
Ah, fine.
behind you.
Are there windows?
Yes.
Are they locked?
underweave it?
Apparently these houses are occupied.
You see the curtains in front of the window close.
But they're flammable.
Flammable.
Glass.
Flamade.
I mean, I don't know if we want to terrify the dwarf babies.
Nah.
This
It might offend Gruntleham.
B&E. Getting arrested for B&E.
I think our reputation in the town would go down.
Yes.
I'm not near them breaking into the dwarf house, so I
I mean,
don't...
we're not breaking into the dwarf house. I mean, I
Just
walked in,
did.
so that's not breaking in. If the door's locked,
Oh,
I'm
shit.
walking in. That's not breaking in. I broke nothing to get in. Maybe trust.
House made of straw or stick or stone.
Little piggy. Little piggy.
This house is made of wood.
Everything's made of wood but the inn.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. You do you.
I'm supposed to be good.
I know. I'm the one that's supposed to be teetering the line
I know.
of evil, and she's over here like, I can burn it down.
Let's just look in a different house.
Looking around, do the rest of the houses look like they're inhabited?
Of the houses immediately around you, all but 2 of them appear lived in.
So, we're gonna go into one of the ones that does not appear to be lived in.
Seems
I'm just
interesting.
gonna kind of wander around outside a little bit.
Walking up to the house that appears empty,
Is the door locked?
the door is locked.
Thunderwave.
Oh my god. I head south.
She's like,
Leaving the party,
Also,
Ruse looks around and is like,
No,
"Yeah, I don't know if I want to be here."
Yeah, I look around shiftily and head south. Away
Ruse
from the group, putting a good
departs.
distance between myself and
it's like, I want to keep an eye
the
on
folks
them,
that want to
but
burn
I
down
don't-
houses.
What was anything about burning?
no,
There
I
was
gonna
there was
thunderwave it.
talk of burning as well.
I have a crowbar in my pack,
Okay,
so can I crowbar the door
you can.
or break the window?
You can try.
I'm gonna crowbar the door open. I'm not gonna break the window.
Okay, cool. That is just enough crowbarage to pry open that door.
Sweet.
The lock breaking in the process. Creaking open. The door lets you in to the abode.
Is anybody coming with me? Just me. Okay. Do you want to come in?
Still wandering around.
Okay.
Do I see any cool clouds?
Did you want to shuffle away with
You
me?
do not see any cool clouds. It is a clear day in Findalen.
Also, still mid-afternoon while we're breaking and entering.
That's why I'm moving away.
Walking in, you see a completely room bare of life. You see table, chairs, kitchen.
How do you know that they're not alive?
Huh?
It could be like magical table and chairs that come to life and sing.
Joyously.
I'm not gonna roll for that. It's just not gonna happen. Joking, I'll roll for it. Oh, it didn't happen.
Nothing comes to life. Is there anything in the kitchen? Any food?
There is no food. All you see are, opening the cupboards, you see plates, bowls, cups.
Is there any salt?
Roll.
Roll for
I
salt.
want to know. Roll for salt.
You are gifted with salt.
Oh, sweet.
From the Salt Daddy.
The Salt Daddy gifts.
Blessed be the name of the Salt
Pick
Daddy.
up some salt, put it in a little pile. Is there a fireplace?
There is a fireplace. It is bare of wood.
Is there any soot?
No, there is not.
Dang it. Okay, so is there anything in the house? Any tools downstairs?
No, the home appears to be a starter home for new miners and has basic things they need, but for tools and finer things, those need to be brought in.
I don't see anything in here. So,
I think we should get our gold back and sleep here.
I never paid the lady. This is the point that I'm bringing up. Never did money exchange hands between her and I.
Did you?
No, I did not.
Damn, she must have just taken that on good faith. Sounds like you were a shady person.
I feel like that's racist against dwarves.
My stuff is there, though. So
Demanded payment up front from me.
And from the human.
I did leave my stuff there, though. So
Maybe
that's why she took it.
Might be a rude awakening for you.
I guess I need to go back and get my stuff.
I'm gonna go keep circling around town, just kind of checking out the town.
I'm gonna go back to the bar and tavern thing.
The Stonehill Inn?
Sure. Yeah, I'll go there.
The one.
Gruntleham returning to the Stonehill Inn. I assume you two, Quill and Axela, are returning as well to recover your gear.
I brought my gear.
Well, Quill
Probably
didn't.
not.
But I will go with her to get her things.
Following Ruse down south. To the south, there are more and more kept homes. You, instead of seeing like one or two empty ones, everyone seems bustling with life. Some actually almost a little crowded.
I'm still wandering around, just looping the town, take in what I can, listen for any weird stuff going on.
All the sounds you hear are tools being repaired, pickaxes being sharpened, and dwarves and humans talking about the fun things that they got to mine up today.
Like,
You overhear a part of one conversation. You hear this bit of conversation, and the gem was blood red. I don't even get it. I've never even seen a garnet or a ruby that color. It looks like you'd almost cut someone and just solidified their blood into a solid thing. But I mean, of course, they take everything cool, so I didn't get to keep it. But I mean, that color, if I can find it again, pocketing it. Do it. I'd love to see it. Another voice says. After this, the conversation dies down, being about less exciting things, and you cannot hear anymore.
alright, I'll just move on.
Moving on, and then going back to these peeps. You are back at Zistun Hill Inn.
I assume they're serving their cider from like a big tap or like a big keg or something.
Yes.
Yeah, the front of that's frozen.
I want to be a dick and make you roll for this.
What is your alignment?
Neutral. I did some good things.
Dick back. After tramping about for an hour, it is now 2 p.m. returning to the Stonehill Inn. The innkeeper, Gil, is startled when he goes to pour a drink and the line is stuck and only a few drips coming out. He immediately looks around and sees Gruntleham.
Every time you show
Gruntleham
up.
feels a flick on the back of his head.
I turn around, confused.
Gil walks up and says, "Hey man, I get we like to have fun, but trying to run an establishment here."
I don't know what you are talking about. You must be confused.
Yeah, that's a 9.
Yeah, but I have a +4, so it's a 13.
20. He sees through your bullshit.
Glares down at you.
Says, "Hey man, I like you. Kind of funny. I admit, the goblet one was hilarious. Alderleaf has had it coming. But my keg? Please don't mess with my kegs."
The ice at the front is no longer, but it's chilled. It's more chilled at the back, so it's nice, cool drink.
It's already pretty chilled, but I mean, it's extra cool. He looks back, sees it a little less frosty, and says, "Thank you. I appreciate it. Seriously, Alderleaf. totally had it coming.
So we're gonna go in and walk up to the bar. Say, hey, Gil,
Hey, what's going on?
what's with these empty houses on the other side of town?
Oh, the empty houses? Those are for the miners.
Uh-huh.
Any empty ones are for new miners that haven't come in just yet.
Are you expecting new miners?
Yeah, every single day.
Alright, well, anyway. Thanks.
You are welcome. Gil looks at you slightly dubiously.
I'm gonna walk upstairs. Grab my completely unsuspiciously.
Roll deception. No, I don't know.
Is that stealth or
I don't know. Like, it could be
I'd say stealth, because deception is lying to the man's face.
Well,
Yeah.
he can't.
sleight of
keep
hand.
there.
Maybe you
He
don't
can't
notice
keep
the
it.
stuff.
So 8 plus 5.
Bardic Inspiration.
How many do you have left?
I think that was the last one.
She's got
Oh,
one
no,
more
okay.
left.
I've got one left.
So 13, 14.
Oh, I
Can you
missed.
bardically inspire yourself?
No.
No.
But there are 4 of us.
That was almost a 20. All I'm going to say. Gil is a little too preoccupied, making sure that the keg is fully clear and so there's no ice chunks messing with the flow, to notice you grabbing your stuff or leaving the stone hill. You guys left. You are now on your way back to the abandoned mining house.
Yes.
You are, what, fucking stuff up?
I'm just hanging out. I'm
He's just looking for a good
looking for
time.
people who look like douchebags.
Well, they're half dwarves, so half of them do look like douchebags.
Looking for people who look like non-dwarven douchebags.
There you go. Back to Ruse. Ruse has now surveyed the entire town over the past 30 minutes.
The entire town?
Well, the entire
okay.
perimeter of the town. Checking out the south, west, north, and east gates. When Ruse did get to the south gate, she did see the south gate being shut with a very happy man in new shoes, being seen through the gate as it was closing. The only other fun snippet that Ruse heard was about the mine. She heard, can't believe they closed that new shaft. There were so many gems in it. I mean, it's like there were just dozens of them next to each other. It didn't make any sense. Diamonds next to rubies, next to emeralds, and shh, don't talk about that here. With everything else being hushed and whispered.
Do they look super shifty?
Tasty.
Well, there were 2
crispy, maybe.
You saw 2 humans.
Okay.
And when they saw you, that's when they hushed up and scurried away. Because
Reasons.
snitches get stitches.
How close am I to them when that happens?
You're 20 feet away.
We're just gonna. No, it's okay. I'm a friendly face. You don't have to worry about me.
They look at you and
22.
damn.
Super friendly.
Super friendly.
face.
Yep, they totally bought it. They look at you like, you one of the new miners? You don't look like a miner.
Yeah, I get that a lot.
Alright.
So what happened with this new section? That's crazy.
Have you been down there yet?
Not to that part. Where is it?
It's one of the northeastern shafts. I don't know why they shut it down.
Do you know whose call it was?
One of the rock seekers. I think they're going to mine it personally, just so they make sure none of the gems get picked away, if you know what I mean. Not saying that I've taken any, but
No, of
I
course
know one or two have gone missing.
Well, if they do get misplaced, you feel like that's just, the price of doing business.
I like you. I like the way you think. Yeah, I hope they open it back up soon. What's your name, friend?
Dari.
Hey, Dari. You up for a little bit of late night mining?
Yeah, do you know how we could get in there? And, in case anybody was sleeping on on their guard detail?
We know the right palms to grease. Have you come forth with your share? They just look the other way when we come out.
Yeah, what time are you thinking?
Right after the second moon rises.
So where can we meet up to do some?
Meet just
late night
outside of the
action.
south gate. They
Okay.
usually leave it unlocked in case there are some late night goers.
Okay,
We'll meet there. Just be inconspicuous.
of course. What was your name?
Steve.
It's good to meet you, Steve. Look forward to doing business with
This is my
you.
buddy, Toblerone.
What time is it now?
Full time.
Total time.
It is now 3:30 post noon.
Jeez, I just want to go to bed.
It's post noon.
You guys can go to bed whenever you damn well please, because you're adults.
I mean, maybe we should go to
Within
Maybe
his
we should
grasp.
just rest while they're doing all this.
Yeah. We're gonna go back to our abandoned house.
Going back to the abandoned house, I assume you're closing the door as much as you are able.
Yes. I will mend the door
The door is now whole.
so we can then lock it from the inside.
I'm now locked on the inside. You guys go about your evening business of hanging out, eating pears, clicking at each other, and cowbelling. And now that you guys are resting and just chilling, chillaxing for the evening,
I'm gonna take a nap in my room.
Gruntleham.
Covered the names.
Name
now.
tags
I
are
was just
covered
like,
up.
Oh crap!
I remember Ruse, because that one's easy, but Gruntleham.
Gruntle.
Gruntle.
I don't care. D's and T's are the same thing.
He's disgruntled about his
No,
hands.
it's not tease nuts.
Tease.
No, please don't go with
Tease
that
nuts. Oh no.
Or more bludgeoning.
Okay, Gruntleham goes to his room and
I
takes a
have
nap.
resistance against bludgeoning.
Do you?
I think.
She has blade
Did I
ward.
take that one?
Did you take blade ward?
I don't know.
I cast a small spell to make my room warmer.
That is now raised by 4 degrees.
Nice 4 degrees.
And back to Ruse.
I did not take it. I do not have
After
resistance against
departing
bludgeoning.
from her
Yes.
two possible co-conspirators,
Well, your player can.
Where does
Your
Ruse
character
go?
player could.
So what time is the second moon?
the second moon rises approximately 1 a.m.
So
24-hour clock, in case anyone's curious. Here's the 24-hour clock. Here. Day. 24 hours.
okay, I'm gonna head back to the inn and sleep
Okay.
because that'll give me enough time to rest, and then 1 o'clock get out of there.
Everyone is rested for the night. Ruse, having taken early nap.
For a 12:30 rise.
Thunderwave.
Out the windows.
Worst alarm clock ever. Yeah, I did that once. I woke up on the street. I was very confused.
Woke up in the gutter next to a pear stump. So weird.
I want to head to the abandoned house, or the empty house, I should say, that is no longer
The
empty.
no longer abandoned house.
Sneaking out. Let's roll for that stealth. Do you wake anybody up?
12.
Does she have to sneak? Is she not?
I feel
involved
like I'm
in
just gonna
a
go.
free,
Like, just if
independent
anybody sees me go out, maybe.
That's true. I mean, somebody could be watching.
Anyway, the now non-abandoned house with Axela and
person? The house previously known as abandoned.
the house previously known as abandoned.
I'm gonna go inside.
The door you find is locked.
I feel like you can knock on it. Because if you try to break in,
Well, yeah,
gonna go
no,
for it.
I
You
feel
make a
like...
fucking wave to the face.
just so we're clear, my fire breath damage is a 15-foot cone. So don't startle me.
I'm gonna catnip. Gonna catnip. So I'm gonna message you guys. Hopefully waking you up. So we'll see. I don't know how effective it is.
Yeah, you can message like
But yes, I shall. Suddenly, you feel some thoughts come into your brain. Hey, want to get into some trouble?
Both of you are awoken suddenly with thoughts in your brain saying,
But am I startled? Because if I'm startled, people might be on fire.
well, there are thoughts in your brain that weren't there before, and you were asleep.
Well, you don't
and now
know
you're
that they're
awake.
necessarily thoughts in your
Okay.
brain. You hear my voice.
Yeah, so we hear her speaking.
And
You
roll
can
to be
respond
startled.
if you want.
Roll to be startled.
I don't think you want to invest that right
Roll
now.
to be startled.
Okay.
Seriously.
You are not startled.
I choose not to be startled.
Also, this is considered a long rest, so your Bardic Inspiration.
Is back.
The only
We got
thing
12
in your
now.
Yes!
We have 12 again.
Oh God, save me. Are you not entertained?